Hello, everyone. So for today's topic, I think I'll be covering the way of creating custom wizards for your own models or features. So basically, the way it works in Odoo is that this relies on a specific kind of model, which is called transient model. So technically, it's more like a bridge for data. So it's not something that's totally persistent. So it's automatically cleaned up after a certain while that you can define or customize, so that the data is not like always stored. But basically, so I've created the model also for the actual order for which we'll apply the wizards to. So this is just a regular model just to give me the fields that we'll use for the wizard. And then the really important part is that the wizard has to be triggered by an action. So this is called by the button click actually. And the way we make it open up as a dialog, like we would want to if it's a wizard, is by adding target new. So this is pretty important. For the sake of this exercise, in the context, we're passing on the infos that the wizard will need, which is the order ID and the amount, just so that it works with the right data. So this is the first crucial step, is that you have an action and you add the target new. So this is triggered by the click on the button. And then the actual wizard itself. So this is the data for the wizard. So as I said, it's a transient model. So as the name implies, it's only for the transition of the data. And so applying treatment on it, but not actually saving it full time, I'll say. Okay. So the way this works here is pretty standard in terms of like decorators and stuff. It's behaving and written like most other models. As you see, I've added the action, which is just applying a discount on the amount of the order. Um, the only thing important here is that you do have to return at the end the action to actually close the pop-up window that you've created. So I've had it here as well just for the cancel button, which is just calling this action to close the window. But then I'm also returning it once the whole applying action is finished. So that pretty much covers the Python part for this. In terms of view, so I did add a basic form view and list view for the orders, but this is not the core of the subject, besides maybe just the fact that this is how we call the wizard with the button, and the button is calling the action which we defined in the model here. So this is crucial again. Besides that, so yeah, you do have to create a view for the wizard you'll be creating. So that will be the view that will be displayed in the pop-up. So here it's pretty basic. It looks just like any other XML view in Odoo, really. The only notable difference here is something that you cannot really access or use in regular views, form views. It's the footer section. So this will make it stick to the bottom of the wizard, but I'll show you that's where I put the buttons. So that's, I think, good practice. All right, so let's switch to the actual interface. So this is my list view. We have to create a new order, so we'll make it like a test order, I guess. Customer, best customer ever, because those are the only ones we work with, right? Um, okay, so this is the basic setup. So I do have an amount, and now you see that this is the button that we defined to actually open up the wizard. Okay, so we'll click on it. So this triggered the action to open this, and because we set target to new, that's a new window. That's like a floating window, so it's a pop-up, but still that's how you have to do it properly. Right, so here I'll just apply, yeah, 10% discount is perfect, and I guess the reason is because we're really generous. So this is the form view that we defined, as I said, and this is the footer. As you can see, you do have a separator, so I think it's pretty neat, and that's something you do have to use if you want if you want your wizard to look standard, which I think this actually does. Um, and then, so yeah, as soon as you click on the apply discount, it will trigger the Windows close, and so it did it. In the action, it did write in the notes, and another proof that we're pretty generous. And it did update the amount and the discount in here, so the action did go through. So I think this pretty much covers it. Obviously, just a basic demo of what you can do with it and how the layout can work for the wizard. But I think it's yeah, pretty useful and will make your module or feature stand out if it's done properly. So there you go. Hope it's useful for you and see you soon for the next video.